Hello, welcome back to Paul's Beer Reviews. Hope you're doing well. On my last review, you might have watched it, you might not. I reviewed the Lidl Weissbier Patronus from Perlenbacher. So Lidl's Weissbier. Wasn't impressed, and I've now gone to Aldi, and I am drinking their Rheinbacher Weissbier. It's a direct competition. So there we go. This one is also coming in at 5%, just as the Patronus was. It says premium German wheat beer, brewed using only the finest ingredients, brewed in accordance with the German purity law, coming in at 5% ABV, best served chilled. There is a bit of flavour text on the back. German wheat beer using only the finest ingredients and brewed to a traditional German recipe of top fermentation. Rheinbacher Weissbier is a cloudy beer with a distinct aroma and unique flavour, and is best served in a tall glass at around 8 to 10 degrees. I'm serving mine at closer to about 4 or 5 degrees, but there you go. The Patronus did state on the bottle that it was made in Germany. This one does not say that. This one literally just says specially produced for Aldi stores, but it doesn't say product of Germany anywhere on it. Nope, I can't see it. There's the Rheinbacher logo on the bottle, and there is the Rheinbacher crown. Let's get this one out and see if it's any better than the Lidl version. I did a beer off a few months back, pitting Rheinbacher Pilsner against the Perlenbacher Pilsner. I'm a big fan of Rheinbacher Pilsner, and that was a winner for me. So I wonder if Rheinbacher's going to take the Weissbier title as well, because I was really uninspired by the Lidl one. A little bit left in the bottle. Give it a wriggle. Chuck it in. Lovely jubbly. Leave that there. I think I prefer the label on the Patronus bottle. It was a bit more traditional. Nowhere near as much carbonation on this one. This one looks a lot calmer, and it's a one finger creamy whitehead on this, whereas the Patronus had at least a 2, I think, and there was roaring carbonation up there. This one is very, very calm in comparison. Lovely colour to it though. It's that hazy golden colour to it. It's a picture of Weissbier in its Weissbier glass where it belongs. It looks lovely. Let's get an aroma. Subtle clove, subtle banana, subtle toffee malt. Subtle's definitely the word though. Smells like a Weissbier. I think the aroma on the Patronus was giving me a lot more than this one does. But it is there, that banana, clove, that sort of slight toffee malt aroma. Touch of spice, touch of pepper. Smells like a traditional Weissbier. Let's get stuck in. Cheers. Oh. That's interesting. Like the Pilsners, this Rheinbacher doesn't have as much peppery, spicy, bitter finish to it as the Patronus from Lidl does, the Perlenbacher one. But what this one does have, a bit more citrus, a bit more of a sweet malty character to it. I'm picking up a little bit more sort of banana. It's also creamier. Also has a bit more body to it, this one. But that's tickled me. The fact that the Perlenbacher lager was a lot more bitter than the Rheinbacher lager, and their Weissbiers are exactly the same. There was a lot more peppery bitterness to the back end of the Lidl Weissbier, whereas this has very little. This one has a lot more body. There's cloves coming through on the flavour. There is a subtle sweet kind of toffee malt. And there's a subtle kind of very, very subtle sort of peppery, spicy finish to it. This is a better beer. This is a better beer. It's still not particularly great, I'll be honest. I think this one was £1.25 a bottle. Very similar to the Patronus price. I think this is slightly better. Straight away, there's a creaminess, there's a much more body to this one. You notice it straight away. And there is to say, there's a slightly herbal, citrusy flavour that really comes through. It's like orange peel. It's like orange peel sweetness that comes through. Slight sweetness from a kind of slightly toffee malt aroma flavour. Talking nuts here. And then at the back, you're just getting a very, very subtle, very slight peppery bitterness. But this is just a lot calmer. The carbonation on this one isn't nearly as much as it was on the Patronus. I would say this one is slightly fuller bodied, slightly more easy drinking. There's more complexity to the flavour on this one. Less spicy bitterness at the back end. I'm enjoying this one more. I'm enjoying this one more. But I still don't think this is a particularly great Weissbier. It's not a touch on some of the others that I've had. But yeah, fuller bodied. A lot more flavour, a lot more kind of sweet, kind of slight toffee malt, a bit more citrus, orange peel I'm getting on the flavour. Getting a bit of sort of a coriander kind of touch as well. There's definitely a lot more complexity to this one, definitely. Creamier, more flavoursome, slightly less of a spicy peppery edge on the back end with this one. Not a crazy amount between them, but just like the Pilsner, this Rheinbacher just edges it for me. The Rheinbacher Weissbier, I think, is a much more complex and a much more rewarding drinking experience than the Patronus. And again, at £1.25 or £1.29, wherever it is, it's not a bad purchase. But I would personally spend the extra 50-60 pence and go out and buy Weihenstephaner, Franziskaner or an Erdinger before drinking this again, to be honest. They haven't quite nailed the style, Lidl or Aldi. They have smashed the Pilsners. Perlenbacher Pilsner and the Rheinbacher Pilsner are both absolutely superb and bargains. This, I won't be rushing out to buy this again. But it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'll give that a 5 out of 10. I'll give Patronus a 4. I'll give that a 5. If you want a good Weissbier, I don't think you're going to find it in Lidl or Aldi. You're better off, let's say, going to your bigger supermarkets and getting the bigger German brewers. And if you want really good ones, go to your independent beer stores. They sell some amazing German Weissbiers. But yeah. So there you go. So Weissbier from Rheinbacher, from Aldi. 5 out of 10. Just edges the Lidl versus Aldi beer off. That's 2-0 to Aldi. I'll make that. So yeah, so that one's done. Give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, guys. Till my next one, you take care.